looking for? Blood and thunder. Go.
interesting.
Relax. Spirits be with you. Good to meet ya, Irima. You be careful, man. Be good. Bye-bye now. How you doing, man? Good to meet ya. Spirits be with you, man.
Yeah, what do you want? I have a deal for you. Have a good one. Be good. Hurry back.
What do you need?
My treadmill is noisy today, so I've been keeping the voice off. What 3x rated video game would you like to hear my voice in, Scott? Let me know. I'll pitch to them.
Feel free to browse.
Evening, Kisef. Someone made a Pokemon game, but where the Pokemon are elves? Oh, well, there's plenty of those. Did you finish Mass Effect? Or you're trying to finish it? Those are very different things. Fond memories of being upset at how simplistic the mechanics were and wanting to make better stuff with cooler ideas. Indeed. Indeed. And then you realize how complicated even the simplest ideas can be to execute well. They eschewed the technobabble. DSX had better technobabble. I think they kept it simplified so that anyone could sort of get into it. Oh. 3 wasn't just rushed, 3 was fucked in the ass. They weren't just cartoon villains, they were like a writer's self-insert for I'm so clever. It's the same thing that the Shadowlands suffered from. The fact that the canon ending is effectively that the rebel won and you should have just picked red the whole time is kind of telling. I can't speak to the personal responsibility of individuals, but I can say that when EA took over, there was a dramatic shift in the quality of the writing and the quality of the narrative. And that was showcased predominantly in Andromeda. Because Andromeda is a festering shit show of terrible writing. I didn't realize the multiplayer affected the single player aspects. I never played the multiplayer. I'm assuming this is just 3. You have a 50% handicap? What the fuck? That's fucked up. Yeah, I never noticed. I don't know. Mass Effect was a Final Fantasy of Persona. You hang out with your good friends and go on an adventure. Yeah, that's kind of what Dragon Age was too. But Dragon Age started with a more personal story, whereas Mass Effect started with the story of Shepard, and then sort of, you get to shape that a little bit, but then it turns out that none of that matters because it's all going to be a choice at the end of the game of RG or B. Red, green, or blue. What do you choose? What's sad is the real ending of Mass Effect 3 should have just been the culmination of all your choices. And then, I mean, it is what it is. And then if you want to play it over again, you got to start from Mass Effect 1. But they pussied out, unfortunately. Well, they're all militaristic overachievers of capitalism, so I guess there's that. We're so industrious. That's why humans are dangerous. See, some good came out of it. Mass Effect inspired you to write. There you go. That's why most sci-fi opts for warp travel, where they're warping space rather than accelerating an object. Which is interesting, but I have no idea the actual implications of warping space around you. I think that's why in Mass Effect, in terms of faster than light travel, it was only like the Citadel and the other locations and those were planted by the aliens. No one else figured it out, really. They just figured out how to use that. And they didn't need to go anywhere with it. It just needed to have enough sci-fi background that it felt like a sci-fi world. It's the same as Star Trek. Star Trek has a bunch of stuff in there that probably under direct scrutiny doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it doesn't really need to. Truth is, nobody really cares. Except maybe scientists. That's part of the reason why in Engines of Fury I made it sure to explain that it's an alternate Earth and that the science systems are slightly different, the nature of physics and things like that. So when I do stuff with quantum mechanics, it's not the same quantum mechanics as we know, so in case there's any new discoveries, it can easily be explained away as this world is slightly different. So this is how quantum mechanics behave there. the critical element of magic systems that most people and most authors don't do is to make sure that the magic is consistent and well handled by the world. So if you have magical spells that basically anyone can use that like provides food and water, there better not be any fucking starving people. You know what I mean? And you know, those in power obviously like to dominate that power. So any powerful mages and stuff better be under the purview of a king or some sort of entity that can control them. Like there's all sorts of ways to go about it, just as long as it's consistent. I think the problem that I have with most of the magic I've seen, like in the Harry Potter world, is just that it's arbitrarily used and the rules are written once and then abandoned quickly, which is fucking lame. Magic requires a functional system and guidance for how it works and why it works in certain situations. Like it almost has to be explained like a science, but it doesn't need to be scientific. So if it all comes from, like, let's say you have a deity system, if all magic comes from a god, then it's the whims of that god that determine what sort of magic is allowed and the limits of their power, if there are any. And if there aren't, then it's whatever their whims are and can you understand them. It's sort of like magic in the Stephen King universe, where it's like mostly Satan, I guess. Mass Effect fanfic. I bet if you go read it now, it'll be as cringe as fuck. Is 450 enough fishing? Way ahead of the curve for writing female. Of course, my bags are full, man. I'm fishing. I've been fishing. Look at all those fish. Shut up. If you write women, you can cheat. Women are allowed to show emotion. No questions asked. True. It's funny how they've opted to have women show less and less emotion, as though becoming a male action star somehow provides equality. Huh? No. Men are encouraged to hide how they feel, and if you don't time the emotional moment right, it's poorly regarded. Generally, yeah. Depends on how the character's written. Ironically, the most emotional characters in movies and stuff, the most emotional male characters in movies tends to be people portraying autists or the people taking care of autists. Rain Man, that kind of thing. Not sure what to make of that. Female social justice warriors want to masculinize men because they don't understand why or how women work. Masculinize men or masculinize women? Masculinize women. That's what I thought you meant. I mean, it's okay to do. Like, Lara Croft works as a character, and then they, like... They basically turned her into a mewling, whiny... I don't know. In attempting to make her more humanistic, they ended up making her look weak, even though she's quite strong. Damn, caught me drinking water. Oh well. Samus from Metroid, yeah. Oh. I thought that was a great reveal. It's like, oh hey, it was a girl the whole time. Samus is a girl. At that time period in games, it was unheard of, but no one batted an eye. Like, no one really cared. Once I get tired, I develop multiple aphasias? What's that? You hear phantom noises? Interesting. Or you mean you hear things become ambiguated? What is this lag spike I keep getting? Eh? Huh. Give me the squid, you piece of sh... An aphasia is when you have difficulty comprehending or creating speech. Interesting. I haven't heard that before. I guess I have heard that before. Speech or language. That's what, shit, what's his name? The actor. Die Hard. What's his name? I can't remember. He has some form of aphasia, right? Or did he have something more debilitating than that? Bruce Willis, that's right. He has some form of degradation of his ability to speak. I don't know if it's aphasia or dementia or something. Can't remember if they said what it was or if they were keeping it tight-lipped. Willis's family announced he was retiring because he had been diagnosed with aphasia. Right. Difficult to act without, I would assume. Okay, so it was going towards dementia. I'm surprised with all his money there wasn't something that could be done. Though I suppose if there was something that could be done, they would have done it to Biden already. I always like to conspiracize that there might be cures for things out there, but when the most elite hand puppets of the oligarchs don't get those treatments, then I must assume they don't exist. Or rather, it stands to reason they don't exist. It's impossible to reconstitute neural tissue. Well, that's disturbing. I suppose I should never drink again. They mostly get drugged up with adrenaline or something when they do speeches. I mean, that's what we saw with Biden, yeah. And it seemed to have a bad reaction for him because we didn't see him for weeks after, and when he did show up, he'd clearly had some sort of edema around his temple. As though a blood vessel had burst, or perhaps a stroke. Neurology is fascinating for its limitations. It gives you a lot to work with when trying to create new technologies. I suppose so. We'll see what these brain chips become. I started a book the moment I was reading about implanting chips in your head. It had always been a fascinating idea anyways. There was a whole old horror movie I watched a long time ago. I mean, it's like a 80s horror movie. Where this group of friends, anyways, they get into some sort of car accident and they accidentally, the girl dies. The girl in this friend group dies. And rather than, mourn and move on, the guy installs a computer chip in her head. And somehow this brings her back to life. And then, like, for a little bit, she seems to be okay, or at least functional, but then, like, the robot part takes over and starts trying to murder people. It's the most hilarious shit. But anyways, neither here nor there, since I'm writing something completely different. No, we better go. No, my boat. No. Everything's ruined. Is that boat gonna stay there? Can I even get back into it? I'm so screwed.
What brings you here?
For fuck's sake. There's no bank here. I should have sold that. All right. I think we can just sell these. All right. I strongly doubt I can get back into my boat. But I will try. No, let me back in. Hey, all right. Oh wait, I need to. Yeah, I got the boat bonus, so we're all good to go. How long does the boat last? I thought it was. Is it 1 hour or 2 hours? We'll find out, I guess. Brain chips aren't that great. They're the first step to making humans useful relative to computers again. Well, right. It's the whole symbiosis thing. In effect, having a smartphone inside your head means never having to look down at your phone in order to get information you need. He feared for the future because no genius could understand the field anymore, but adding stuff to the brain is hard. Glial tissue buildup is a prime concern. Scars don't process electrochemical signals very well. Interesting. Well, they're certainly working on that, I suppose. Hypothetically speaking, you could make someone's brain fully artificial. You just have to gradually migrate the organic functions to the artificial tissue network. I guess that's the concept of downloading the brain into the machine. And if you have a virtual neurological network there capable of handling it, you effectively have a copy of the brain. In theory, it's all quite simple. But in practicality, who the hell knows? You bypass the Star Trek transporter conundrum using the ship of Theseus? Right. Philosophically, it's continuity that matters, so as long as you're there for every part of the transplant, it's still you, in theory. It has to be done very, very slowly or you will destroy their consciousness. I suppose that's the issue is... I mean, people wake up from a coma and are effectively the same. I wonder if it would be something like that. Yeah, it's all about continuity. Why does that disrupt my... Such bullshit. There's no way I'm getting 20 winter squid, is there? Ask and ye shall receive. Do I even have that recipe? None of the neural tissue you were born with is there when you are 20, 40, 60, or 80. The cells got replaced, but you are still you. In essence, yeah, I suppose. But on the other hand, you also are not still you. You are not the same person you were when you were 10. You are not the same person you were when you were 20, and so on. So really, at the end of the day, you're just constantly replacing yourself. It's as long as you are continuously of a conscious mind moving forward and understand everything that's going on, then you are still you. But even if you were, let's say you were cloned, and two identical clones are placed in different places around the world, and you just, both of them wake up one day believing that they are still them. That's where they diverge, but they're both, at the moment they wake up, they're both technically still the same person. But from that point forward, they diverge and they become different people because of their experiences and the gradual replacement of their cells, I suppose. So we are not still ourselves. We are actually the latest iteration of ourselves based on our experiences and the various biomechanical impacts that have shaped our lives. I mean, yay. Your bags are full. Treasure hunting buccaneer killed someone. Aww. I'm kind of sad how only WoW has a magical feel to it. There's no magic left in games or movies or shows. Whoops. Yeah. It's because they skip the world building. They skip all the lore. Like, when's the last time you started a fantasy world and they talked about the beginnings of the modern conflict through the eyes of history? It's like Lord of the Rings. In a Game of Thrones, you get to see the political machinations build up over time through the interconflicts of all the people and conversations before the big event happens. But now they just want to throw you into the deep end. There's fighting! Rah, fighting! Why do I care? Because there's fighting! Rah! I'm like, no. Nope, don't care. No time is spent on world building. They just want to skip to the action, and everything suffers for it, as far as I can see. No time is spent building the characters up. I did not make the end mission of the Frozen Throne now. I forget who did. I may have worked on a cinematic there. It's hard to remember, though. Plebs should not be allowed to enjoy products. They cannot appreciate nuance. Well, if you build it right, they'll enjoy it without understanding why. The problem is when those plebs who don't understand why they enjoy things tries to build their own. Hello, Oberon64. Like, you can tell when amateur writers get their hands on things. Undead 9 is named after Game of Thrones? Undead 9? What's that? A Destiny of Flame and Sorrow. This is the most relaxing boat ride I've ever seen. Indeed. It's the fishing boat. Oh, crap, I missed one. I didn't see it move. I guess I heard it, though. The fishing boat provides, well, plus 75 to fishing skill. Combined with the fishing lure I'm using, the Bright Bauble, that gives me 150 additional fishing for a total of 450. Which is just enough to fish here reasonably well. UX9 would be more accurate, I suppose. Is the Night Elf campaign called the Night Elf campaign or the Sentinel campaign? I think it's called the Night Elf campaign, but I don't know. This shit's like 20 years ago for me, man. Wait, I didn't pick that up. What the Shift right clicked. That's some bullshit. It's the first thing in your resume? No, it's the last thing on my resume. Later, Oberon. Thanks for stopping in. I'll be doing Naxx in 9 hours. I won't be fishing for 9 hours. I'll probably take a break soon. I'm kind of waiting to see how long this boat lasts. I don't know. I think it said 2 hours. There goes the best Warframe in Warframe. Jack of all trades, master of 100% armor reduction. What? What happened? They nerfed a Warframe? Or removed it? They didn't remove a Warframe, did they? Oh, Oberon. All I know about Oberon is that you're supposed to bring him to the... what you call it? That outdoor area where you kill the giant thingies with the stupid shiny bits on them. I haven't played Warframe in so long. Crap. Huh? Oh. Alright. I guess we have a reason to hold on to these. His grass makes you immune to status afflictions on... Yes. Yes. So you'd bring him to that... Yeah, the Eidolons. Yes, yes. I geared up an Oberon Prime just to do that, and then I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm not sure I was doing it correctly. Like, is there enough grass? Is everyone okay? No, my ninja costume. Ah. His grass makes you immune, and the grass gives you armor. Can take you from 25% reduction to like 66%. Jeez. Alright, I think I heard someone else's. Yeah. Thank you. Jesus. Getting a stack of 20 of these is gonna... It is a 2-hour affair. Holy crap. Ah, shit. Just headbutted my mic. How does it know? It knows I want winter squid. What's the deal? Give me more winter squid. Give me all the winter squid you have. Shit. Wait. Oh. Winter squid are seasonal and can only be caught between... What? I think that the mountain hyjal has different rules than that, though. Alright, it's been 60 minutes. I guess the boat does last 2 hours. And I do intend to get that max 2 hours out of it. It's quite the investment. My first oily blackmouth. How bizarre. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, I've still got the bonus. Maybe if I just don't move. I get to keep it. Yeah. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, so it only lasts 1 hour. Because it was 20 minutes on the aerodynamic ones, and now we're on the 40, 50, 60. Yeah, we're on that. That's 60 minutes in just fishing lure use. Ah, shit. I don't believe in jinx. Plus, there's a delay, so it wasn't the same time. I seem to still have the fishing skill, so as long as I don't move, I seem to be fine. It was for you? What? The jinx? Let's see what happens when this drops off, because I worry it might reset all of the fishing skill. it might initiate a check. I've determined that this only applies at the time that you pull. So right now, yeah, it's gone. But I still have the plus 75, which is interesting. Or perhaps not so much interesting as completely broken, and I'm happy to use it while I can. At least until I get 20 freaking winter squid, which might take forever. Huh. What the fuck? Ah, there it is. Soothing spices. Chance on landing a damaging spell to deal 250 fire damage while sacrificing 250 health. Huh. And it's a main hand dagger. I don't really see the draw. It is fast attack. Maybe an assassinate rogue would do something with that. With all the poison applications. Sometimes shift right click doesn't pick it up. I don't know why. Strange days indeed. Five people are watching an elderly gentleman fish. True. When you put it that way, you could elaborate further and say 5 people are watching an elderly gentleman fish through a troll avatar in a fictional fantasy world known as Warcraft. On Mount Hyjal, in a lake, on an invisible boat. Naxx is in like 9 hours, so not anytime in the near future. I'm just I wanted to try to get 20 winter squid, and I didn't realize that it was going to be Ah, shit. I didn't realize how long it would take. Because I'm just gonna do this and then go get ready for a trip. Instead, I'm filling my inventory with... I mean, these are valuable, so it'll all go in the auction house, but I just wanted 20 of these, and here we are. I think getting towards 2 hours? 60 minutes, 100 minutes, yeah. Getting towards 2 hours, 20 minutes to go. Let's see if anything's playing that I can play. Nope. My last 2 live streams have been copyright striked. Not for anything on the radio, but for the lo-fi tunes that come with voice mod that I was playing. And so I've stripped them away to make sure that doesn't happen again. Very annoying though. Uh-oh. I mean, these... I think these are actually quite expensive, so... We'll see what I can get in the auction house for them. Shit nizzles. Wait a minute. I think the 6 agility is better though. Son of... I imagine it's a minimum 400 to be worthwhile to finish here, or to fish here. I tried figuring out how to embed images in HTML and it was easy. It is easy, yeah. It's the image tag. Oh dear Lord. Oh man. That's put a damper on things, hasn't it? There's nothing I can get rid of. Literally nothing. Well, maybe this room cloth. The room cloth and the pearl, I suppose. They censored your hilarious follow-up comment? Uh-oh. They didn't give me an option to not censor it either. So whatever you said, you really upset YouTube, Scott, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Why do you hate the YouTube algorithm, Scott? Why do you flaunt illicit text in front of the AI that is clearly guiding the hand of humanity across all of YouTube chat? I apologize for nothing, especially the offensive things I say. That's why YouTube hates you. I can just ignore that. I don't know what I'm going to do if I get another mithril-bound box. I mean, you have to take it. It's this room cloth will have to go, I guess. Ring of Unleashed Potential. Ooh. Increases healing done by spells by 33%. Or by 33. Restores 4 mana. And 11 intellect. What a ring. I don't hate you, Scott. You are confused. Alright, I have to switch headphones. Winter Spring. Give me the squid. Give me the squid. Yes! One more squid. Okay, 5 more squid. Give me 2 at a time. 2 squid at a time. Give it to me. Give me the squid. Alright. We've reached the limits. Let's see what was in here. Ugh. Nonsense. Wait. I've just gone brain dead. Where's the... Ah, there. Wait, what materials do you collect again? Dream Scale, Mooncloth, Enchanted Thorium, Okay, yeah, nothing I got. Back to Winter Spring. Trying to learn to embed videos in HTML and it makes me think of bad words, some of which get you canceled. I see. It's there's a video player built into JavaScript, I think. You should look into that. They look like bananas. Oh boy. If your browser can play an MP4, it should be able to play these videos. Indeed. I think, I mean, it does. You said it was 40K? Yeah. Run out of mana. The frick? Should I cook all this food? Or do you think the cooking is what makes it valuable? I know the stone scale doesn't have a recipe, but we'll cook up this squid for me. And I'll have an alternate food for the Telebeam Medley, but I'm 100% certain the Telebeam Medley is providing better damage. No. Let's see. Let's just get this shit out of my
Can I show you my way?
inventory and onto the auction house as fast as we can. Is scan complete? There's nothing? No one... Okay, well... I'm the only one putting it up. I'm putting it up at a premium. We need the bolts of runecloth. This. Hello? What's going on? This is nonsense. Well, okay. Should I keep these? Maybe I keep these. Maybe I keep these. Are people just not fishing anymore? Or have I just hit a downtime on the market? Maybe that's the case. Ugh. What are these going for? Sus. I'm gonna hold them for now. Large raw white fish. Not much at all. Oily blackmouth. Always good. ChatGPT was more useful than a Redditor, which is like saying a rotting corpse is more useful than a Redditor. I don't think I've ever seen anything positive come out of Reddit in the last 5 to 10 years. These are cheap, 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 cheap. Ooh, these are expensive AF. What's that about? Stone scale? Nice. Okay, that's just vendor food. And you? Uh-huh.
Aha! I've been your customer.
not you. You. And you. And
Glad I could help.
that can go in the bank.
Yo!
As will this. And let's go. They went north. Wait, where are they? Uh-huh. Ah! I was actually not ready. No chance of me. Whoa! The moonfire. I don't like any bear-related peoples. So... See, I'm missing out on combo points I should have gotten. No. Mysterious unhatched egg. I think we can... Yeah, me too. Let's go. Donk. since we're here, again, we could get more Juju Flurry. I love that stuff. Dave confirmed for large male homophobe? It's a bear bird. I don't know, you had to kill it for a quest. Look, I just do what I'm told. I'm just following orders, Scott. You want to see me duel a paladin and then get wrecked by him? I've dueled 2 paladins, sort of. And they both fucking bubble hearthed, and I was just like, why even bother then? I guess it's not dueling as much as it is ambushing. You see, I'm a traditional rogue. I'm not going up against someone when they say, let's fight. I'm going up against them when they least expect me to show up. It's the whole point of being a rogue. But I'd like to point out that I'm a peaceful rogue. 9 times out of 10, I'm not the one who initiates these fights. Unless it's a gnome, and they just look particularly hideous. Then I feel obligated to put them out of their misery. Which is totally understandable. I mean, thou shalt not suffer a gnome to live. It's in the Alex Strauza Bible. As to what these frost sabers did to me, absolutely nothing. 14 spirit. I get the worst drops. I have no idea. Whoa. Oh my god. It's gonna be like that, is it? Oh, that lag. Why is it so weird, that lag? It feels like the whole game is sort of like pausing. Oh. You just up and died. Oh, I love having Blade Flurry every minute. It is such a QOL improvement. That consistency of damage and being able to hit 2 mobs at once is just brutally amazing. Oh. Oh, shit. How much do I want? I'd like to get a second full stack. So, let me... oh, hello. Wait, 2, so I really only need, what, 18? Yeah, I only need 18, so we'll stop at 18. Juju, Flurry, Frost Saber, Juju, whatever it is. Let's put it up here so I can... Huh? Did I lock these bars? Oh, for... God damn it. Sounds expensive. Good thing I get a few of those free at the MC raids. Even though I didn't get to go this time. What? How? Okay, what the frick is going on? Why are my... Something's locked that shouldn't be. Not clear on how it happened, but... They're not locked. Bottom right, bottom left. Show right action bar? Not a big fan of that. Okay, now it's not locked. Okay, so... I don't know what caused that, but it, like, was locked, and now it's not because I locked and then unlocked it. Anyways, wait. Oh, I can't? Okay, what the hell's going on? You can't put it on your bar. I guess it's not usable? No, it doesn't make sense. What about this? I don't know what the hell's going on. Why? That's so bizarre. How is he out of range? Okay, what is going on? $13. $14. Oh, okay. Three more. Oh, deadly. Deadly poison does not allow for that. Okay. Forgot I was using it. 16. 17. One more and we have the perfect number. $18. No more, no less. Let's go. Wait a minute. Anyways. Is there any class that cares about spirit a lot? I don't think there is. I heard druids do, but I don't think that's true. If there was going to be one, I would make it the monk class. Priests care about spirit? Do they? Are some of their spells based off of spirit? Oh, I thought it was intellect. What is spirit tap? I did start a priest. Maybe I should play that one up to 60 and see what I think. Wow. Sold fast. Rugged hide. Rugged hide. Why was I selling? Oh, rugged hide. Rugged hide. Okay. I thought it was rugged. Jesus, immediately. 20 gold, boom. 20 gold, boom. 17 gold, boom. 60 gold just from that alone. I mean, it's not worth the 2 hours I put into it, I suppose, but...
Time is money.
Ah.
Keep it real. Pleasure doing business with ya. If you ever need anything, be
Ugh.
careful out there.
Yay.
Hurry back. I got what you need.
Oh, shit. Get rid of that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Sell the crap. These actually did sell reasonably well. So, but these, no. Definitely not. Oh, no. No. Druids take spirit when on healing duty? I see. So it does matter. What does spirit do for them, precisely? Does it increase healing or something? How much they heal?
Be good. Spirits be with you, man. Good to meet you. You be careful, man. Bye-bye now.
Boom. 40. Perfect. The perfect number, 40. No more, no less.
Got the best deals anywhere.
Since those past ones sold, let's sell some new ones. $9 silver, you say? That can't be right. They just rely on natural regen for mana and sweet fat innervations. Think it scales with spirit. Okay. Alright. I see. It's almost better to just buy a couple of them. Merg. If I can't get the... It's not worth it. Alright, whatever. Yeah, these are going decently. This up here. Stop scrolling so much. What the fuck? Chill. Let me just double check that I don't need globes of water for anything. Ah, I knew it. Essence of water. Okay, so better hold on to that. Nothing for globes, though. Alright. Then I will sell these. Should I sell them in ones? Wondering what people generally need them as. I think we could safely put them here, though. I'm giving up on that dream. I have to go to Ungoro at some point to make any of that happen. Alright.
Time is money, friend.
Time is money, friend. Alright. We've got a stack of 20. Let's go ahead and make some armor kits and throw them on the auction house. Dave keeps crafting gear for the community like a baker in communism. Did you not hear me say how I wish that we had communism so that I could just bake bread for people? Because I was enjoying my foray into baking, and I was happiest when I just saw people eating my bread and enjoying it.
I have a deal for you.
We'll see what happens with games. Let's see how this goes. Wow, look at these prices. Okay. Let me just make sure that I have everything on me that I need for this Naxx Night 2. Naxx Day 2. Day 2. Naxx Day 2. Here. Frost resist gear. That might be a reason to make some more of this stuff. So, what is it? Polar bracers and polar gloves. Cured rugged hide. Oh dear. And enchanted and iron web. Spider silk. Not that that's expensive, just it's the frozen runes that get you. Jesus. Let me look at my frost resist set, which I should have here. Chill hide bracer at 15 and aged core leather, because I need that for consistent damage anyways. So if I were going to make one, it would be the bracer, I guess. And the bracer would give me an additional 5 frost resist. Hardly seems worth it, does it? I think we can safely hold off on that. Alright, let us go back to my normal gear, but let us pull out all the frost resist. Withdraw items from the bank. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh, because it was 5? I guess. Guess that's fine. Alright. Got my frost resist gear. Hold on. Is that part of my frost resist gear? It certainly is. Okay. Next, I need greater frost protection. And I have 10 of those. Great. Shadow protection. Got that. Nature protection. Got that. Lips potion. 8 of those. That should be fine. And that's it. Okay. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in here I need. Ah. We'll take these Juju chills as well. We have more than enough Juju power. That's not it. Okay. Good, good, good. I'm holding this. Let's move this over somewhere. Here, I guess. Blood. We could go fist weapons now, huh? I mean, my daggers are still better, obviously, so it's not a great idea. It would reduce my damage in DPS for the raid, so let's not experiment on Naxx with my DPS, which is my one purpose. Anyways, where did those bolts go? Dear bolts of rune cloth. WTF. Why am I blind?
Hey, how you doing?
They're right there. Literally right where they were supposed to be. Okay, I'm just stupid. Naxx experiment. Dave makes the same mistake that I do in trying to show utility to other people who rarely, if ever, deserve it. What do you mean? You're fulfilling your need to be useful, needed by society larger than your family. Becoming a part of something bigger is one of the core reasons why we humans progress faster with each day. I agree. That is an important aspect of being human, is that empathy we feel for others, and therefore it's in our nature to try and help each other. And then there's just an occasional psychopath that we need to deal with who ruins it for everyone. Oh, we should dump this essence.
Yo!
In fact, we should dump it right there. I swear to God, I'm gonna have to reboot my machine. Something's going on.
Yeah, what do you want?
I need cooking materials for grilled squid. Soothing spices, please. I need 15. And now we will go to the oven, which is conveniently located in... No, not the inn. No, not the alchemy supply store. No, not the recipes guide. No, it's over here in the mining supply store. That's where an oven belongs. If empathy is not reciprocated, it does not deserve to be given. That's called pathological altruism. My empathy is reciprocated. I take the time to show that I care about people, and then they show me back that they care about me. It's not always like equivalent, but I don't need equivalency. I just want people to have better lives. No cam for the moment, but I'll be logging off as soon as I get towards where Naxx is, and then I'll be off for a few hours until the Naxx raid starts. I think the Naxx raid it's at let me double check here. 11:30 p.m. my time, which is in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, in roughly 7 hours I'll log back in. And we'll do Naxx Day 2, and hopefully I'll get Kingsfall, and that will be a great start to hopefully what'll be a fruitful DevCon in Bangkok. Leave some for the rest of the ends. What the heck is the NSDAP? Now we go to the oven. Okay, Jesus. Scat. Scat, scat, scat. Battle Rock. Orgrimmar. So, Orgrimmar Hinterlands. Yeah. Orgrimmar to Hinterlands. Let's see here. So, I want this over here somewhere. Put it next to that. Fire protection won't be helping us, so that's not important. Where did the squid I just made go? What the heck happened? Dear squid, show yourself. There you are. Jesus H. Alright. Move this over here. Move this up here. That over there. Let's go looking for Blood of Heroes, actually. I don't know, I keep delaying logging off. But I need to prep my traveling laptop for to make sure I can work and answer emails and stuff while I'm out and about. What is that? National Socialist. Oh my god, dude. I'm surprised YouTube didn't censor that. Anyway, Scott, I did not see it. I did not see it. Uh, yeah. Vinny coming in with the gifts again. Rat's knee. Be sure to thank Vinny. Vinny slaying plebs again. Poggies. Indeed. Vinny, it's still the most generous person ever in the history of this channel, for sure. Single-handedly holding up my streams and making them valuable. Oh, cognitive disability was also gifted. Be sure to thank Vinny Cognitive Disability. What a name. They must love you, Vinny. We all must love you. The power of membership compels them. If you are a new member, you can now see the God Among Man videos, which are my foray into creating a game, a visual novel game about how choices branch off into different universes. And each one is basically its own IP, being a separate universe within a multiverse, I suppose, but I want to keep them all separate anyways, so they're just different universes. And how building an IP goes. It can be tough. Some of those IPs I created like over 20 years ago. By the way, a living example of what we were talking about, just from another side of the spectrum of altruism. And I see. Well, I'll say this: if I had 1,000 Vinnies, I could probably start up a game studio. Wow, that raw nightfin is. If I could find a way to get that consistently, I think I would be doing quite well. All right, moving on to the hinterlands. Is it F1 for Frost? It is. 175. Okay. 175 or 0. Hmm. You would be my first hire at Game Developers Limited? Probably not. I think I'd go very, very low key and probably just hire an artist and a programmer before I hire anyone else. And it would probably be a 6-month pre-production cycle where we're very careful and we're stockpiling money and planning out everything. Maybe I hire a production specialist during that time period, but I would probably not. I would probably hire a consultant for that. And then once we have our pre-production figured out and all that, then when we go into production, then I start hiring people based on the needs. Developers. Well, I have Designer Dave LLC, but I wouldn't run a game studio under that name, I suppose. That's more my personal brand, so it would be dangerous to mix the game studio with that. Plus, it's not very inclusive of all the other people who would be involved, is it? I don't know what it would be called. I want to think it would be something clever like by design, but Dangerous Daves. Everyone would think that we made that that fishing game. Chief Laziness Whipper? What? No, I would not hire a Chief Laziness Whipper. Working as intended. Actually, WAI. Y. That's the Thai way. It's the little bow they give as a greeting. It's not bad. Ridiculous Fishing? No, Dave the Diver. Like if you name your I think anyone who names their company with Dave in it right now has especially a game developer, I mean, has the risk of being associated with Dave the Diver unintentionally.
What do you need? Peace.
Should have posted that one with TM. Did you trademark it? If not, you can't claim it. There's probably already a company name that. I mean, if you ever try to file a company name, you'll see that it's actually quite difficult. I was fortunate that there was no Designer Dave already formed at the time that I filed. But I've seen other Designer Daves online, but they're like, one is a UI artist, one is a graphic artist, and the other one's a musician. It's free. Claim it while you can. I'm good. I'm
Great
good.
to meet you.
I appreciate the sentiment. Oh dear. Manor Lords is on sale. Is it still in early access? Hmm. 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 Okay. Ah, ugh. All right, we're going to go looking for Blood of Heroes and see what we can see. As I recall, there was one specific. Where's my face? You need my face? Why? All right, fine. I wasn't hiding it. I was just running earlier and didn't want the cam on me. Here we are. There you go. You happy now? Everyone gets upset because I shaved, so it's maybe better to avoid the controversy. Hmm. All right. Blood of Heroes. Ah! Did I just get turned around again? Also, if that silver ogre is here, I'm curious. I've seen it only dead. Never seen it alive. All right. Writing equipped. There you go, King Lich. I'm sure everyone does this, but just in case you don't understand what I'm doing with my mouse, I'm looking for it to turn into a clicky, a little gear. Because even if you don't necessarily see it, if it's within range, it'll turn into the gear icon. Ah! Okay, this camera bug is back in full swing. Because whatever fix I did before has been effectively deleted. Now, as I recall last time, it was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Or maybe over here. Arthas's tears.
Well met.
If it is vanilla tweaks, you gotta redo it after patches. It wasn't vanilla tweaks, it was some set of parameters I input into a config file somewhere. Now I've completely forgotten that process because you basically do it once, and once it's working, you never look at it again. So it's not like that procedure is repeated at any point. Once something is working, you just sort of forget how it all worked in the first place. That's why we're doomed as systems become more complicated and people no longer understand how they function. They become impossible to repair over time. That's kind of what the Warhammer universe is. It's sort of based on that premise. Which is interesting, actually. No luck today. At least not yet. Is it further out here? Sungrass. Oh, no. You would make a good servo skull? Like the Imperium's Mechanicum. Yes. Yes, indeed. Ah! Hmm? No. Red herring. I remember it looks like a little poo-poo pile. I guess. That's how I would describe it. Alright. Unlucky. Unlucky. Just purely unlucky. Alright. Fine. Someone's here. Augustus. Dare I? Okay. Never buy these to sell on the auction house, then. Jesus. Alright, let's do it. Let's gamble. What you got for me? Engraved leggings of agility? Yeah. I do believe I could sell that for like 12 gold or something. Oh well. Praise the machine god. Indeed. Alright. Let us continue our awkward journey. What in the... Oh, that's the Crypt Fiend tunnel. The Omnisia? Omnisia. What's this area? Oh, I've never been through here. Oh, that looks unfriendly to me. This is the High Elf starting zone. Oh my god, I'm lagging. Okay, fine. That's the way you want to be. Too late to get minions Scourge Stones. give me bone fragments though. Someone should buy Games Workshop and say that the Emperor was actually Muhammad. Hilarious stuff would happen. He isn't Arab, he's Turk. Oh boy. I'm in danger. So pretty. I've only seen this from the viewpoint of Telebeam. That's interesting that they have a goes straight into Eastern Plaguelands from here. Huh. Oh yeah, these are not going to be friendly to me. Balmarium. There's no difference between a Turk and an Arab, I guess. So they're level 55s. Silver Covenant. What? Hey! You shouldn't be able to see me. These guys are not PvP flags. Interesting. Let's see what kind of pockets they got. Hey, you fuckers. Okay. We're in trouble now. Oh, we're dead. Jeebus, what happened? This lag is killing me. I don't know what happened. Oh well. Where's it gonna release me, huh? Brinthillion. Oh my. Human scum. Alright, you guys are way off the topics that I'm okay with. There's a level of politics that, yeah. Never mess with high elf warriors. I just wasn't prepared for that. And then in the middle of that fight, it just chunk lagged. I think I'm gonna restart my machine. Hopefully that fixes it for Naxx later. Don't know quite what would be causing that though. It could be that it's been a while since I've done the thermals, so I might need to just open up the motherboard and redo the CPU and everything. I should check my thermals and see how it's going. Actually, let me check the heat right now. It's warm, but I wouldn't say it's like struggling or anything. It's probably not that then. Hee warriors. Now I'm mad and I want my revenge. So we'll use some low-key stuff to get in there. Also, it's like No pocket. No pocket. No pocket. What's going on? Oh my god. You see this shit? Hold on. He has 16k hit points. Or 20k. He's not elite. What the frick? I thought it was like 1,900. I thought it was 1,900. I'm like, I'll just two-shot him. I had no idea. 1,954 or 19.54k. Oh. Well then. Gee. The frickin' elite guards have less hit points than them. That's bizarro. This is bizarro land. Emperor's children would be He-Men. What would the Angry Marines count as? Is that what these are? Silver Covenant? I don't know. Not familiar with this High Elf lore. How close can I get to those buildings? Nice. Nice. Ah, that book. And La Talas. Okay. Good then. Does that count? Windrunner Pier. I wonder where that goes. Always angry all the time. What the heck? Angry over what? Stay away from them. And they're 20k HP for no apparent reason, non-elite status. What's an elite one like that look like? He's like a mob boss. 80k hit points. Silver Sun. Let's go into there. No, wait a minute. Blood Elf Rangers. Oh, Blood Elves are the bad guys, right. Right. Bellstrider Retreat. And then we'll go into the newbie zone, and then that should be all of it. Brazilian. I see. Back to my search. Have you heard of a prisoner's dilemma game theory? Of course. The prisoner's dilemma. If two people are basically given the option of ratting out their friend, if they rat out their friend, then they get less time. And their friend, if their friend does not rat them out, then they get no time. But if they say nothing, if their friend says nothing, then neither of them get punished at all. But if their friend rats them out, then they get like 10 years. So it's like you can get 3 years, or you can get 10 years, or you can get 0. If you both cooperate, you get 0. But you don't know if your friend's going to cooperate or not. So if they rat you out, and you don't rat them out, you get 10 years because everything's on you. But if you both rat each other out, then each of you gets 3 years. So it ends up, well, a cop would say you should both rat each other out. But in actuality, both should keep your fucking mouths shut because snitches get stitches. So you want 0 time, and if neither of you snitch, then no one does any time. That's the prisoner's dilemma from my point of view. So I'm open to counter arguments. Basically, I just described world politics. Yeah, kind of, huh? Except that with world politics, you're dealing with nothing but rat-ass snitches. You just... The politicians are the cops. Maybe that's where it falls apart. The enforcers of the law are also the biggest criminals. Someone's coming through here, so... Yeah. No blood of heroes for me. Unlucky. Donald Trump having a mugshot means what? I don't know. Nothing. If you stay in the US long enough, you'll have a mugshot. That's just how it works. One day, a cop will power trip on you and decide to throw you in jail for a day. For nothing. You can get it thrown out of court, but it costs you money. $500 for a good lawyer. Black PR. What? What is this shit? Huh? Confused. The US is a police state. That's something that a lot of people are somehow living in denial about. Like, if you protest, even if it's a peaceful protest, the chances of you getting your head cracked in by a cop are very high. I've watched enough protests live to know. Back when Well, you know what's interesting is we're going to go into another time where protests are encouraged by the media as opposed to opposed. Because during Trump's last administration, every protest was like broadcast on TV, and they were talking about how great it is, and they're fighting for women's rights and minority rights and blah blah blah, and Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. And then, of course, after Biden became elected, those people didn't. Wow, that is the longest lag I've ever seen. I think it crashed. It's dead. It's dead. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Oh, the server went down. Gotcha. All right. That seems like a good stopping point to me. Anyways, my point was just going to be that after Biden got elected, the protests didn't stop. Because the same rights were still being violated. The cops were still out of control monsters. But you know what? The media stopped reporting it in a positive light. And then all of a sudden, oh, Black Lives Matter expose. Oh, actually, they're all bad. As soon as the narrative was counter to what they, when they had power, then they stopped caring. But cops are still abusing people in the U.S. In which state besides Texas are you allowed to self-defend versus cops, by the way? Effectively none of them. Not even in Texas. Texas has stand your ground laws, but that doesn't necessarily apply to law enforcement. Primarily because who's going to believe you versus a cop? The judges in the U.S. in every situation rely on police protection. So what do? If it's your word versus a cop, you lose. Almost always. You have to do some massive work to make it work otherwise. You got pulled over a few months ago? Yeah. Did they make you get out of the car? Were they like dicks about it? Or was it just a quick ticket? I got pulled over by a cop once when I was in college, and he was looking for something. He wanted his first arrest. And yeah, always have a camera. Back when I was in college, unfortunately, having a camera on your dashboard wasn't really a thing yet. So the cop wanted to poke around. He's like, "Is there anything in your car you want to tell me about before I search it?" This is he can't. I could have just said, "No, you can't search my car." I didn't know my rights back then because I was an idiot kid. And he basically convinced me, and I'm like, well, I have a knife in my car, because I grew up on the DARE program, and the DARE program teaches you to trust cops. Dumbest shit ever. He's like, oh, a knife? Ooh. And then, so I gave him the knife that I had in my car, just a standard knife. I always carry a knife with me. I just like having a little knife in case I need to cut something. And I open boxes all the time, so you should it's a utility tool. Anyways, yeah, I did get arrested. I have a mugshot. So he arrested me based on having a knife, and he said it was related to gang activities. And I don't know where he got that idea from, because as nerdy as I look now, you should have seen me in college. Holy shit. I was a big old nerd. There was no way I was involved in any sort of gang activities. And anyways, I got thrown in jail for a night. Went through the processing system, and then they transferred me to county because it was late, and the campus police station effectively closes. So I got to spend a night in county jail. Didn't sleep a wink, of course. Everyone there was very nice. It was mostly immigrants, Mexican immigrants, as you can imagine, in California. Yeah, it was like pathetic. And I got my mugshot taken. I was just smiling because I'm like, what the fuck? And even there were two guys there who were from Ireland, I think, who were caught selling T-shirts at a concert. And they were like laughing. They're like, "You're not putting this guy in county, are you?" What a joke. And they were talking about me. They were like, clearly I was like not a criminal archetype of any sort, but that pig cop just wanted to get his first arrest, so he like would look for anything, and he used the knife that I gave him as probable cause to search the rest of my vehicle. You know what he found? Magic the Gathering cards. Nothing. I don't do weed. I wasn't a drug kid. I don't never involved in anything illegal. So yeah, I spent that night in a county jail, and then I had to hire a lawyer. It was $500, and when you're making $6 an hour, that's a fuck ton of money, you know. Because I was still in college and working at the bookstore. This is before I worked at Blizzard, and yeah, so the lawyer basically goes, "Okay, just show up on this day in like a nice shirt," and I'm like, "Okay." So I just showed up, and I'm like, "Do I have to go in there and talk to the judge?" He's like, "I don't think so." So he goes in, and he got it thrown out immediately because it was ludicrous. It's insane. I hadn't done anything illegal. He had no probable cause to search my vehicle, and so the lawyer basically said that, like, you know, we can take this further, Your Honor, but I think it would start with a investigation onto what sort of police officer this man is. It probably wouldn't go well, and the judge agreed, and so he threw it out. So clean record, but I still had to spend a night in jail, and in order to get my knife back, I would have had to file paperwork and pay a fee, a storage fee. And I'm like, it ain't like I could buy a new knife for that price. So the cop got to keep my knife. It was a nice knife. Not like an expensive one, but just a nice one that I liked. Anyways, no, he didn't steal the cards. That would have been grounds for a massive lawsuit, because those cards were actually worth some money. Even more money now, I imagine, but you know, I've sold them off since then. Anyways, point of the story being that in California, or really anywhere in the US, at some point you're going to encounter a cop who's like feeling himself or just wants to make an arrest, and you're going to end up in jail for a night. And unless you have a lawyer and can afford one who's like decent, for like $200, $500, you're going to spend a lot of time dealing with that bullshit. And it doesn't turn out well for most people, and then you end up in the prison system forever. Did you know there's an activism now in NA Long Island that actually is policing the police? God, everywhere needs that in the US. You can see the held up comments. Oh. Mexicans will take care of you as long as you speak Spanish or you're paler than them. They were nice to me. I didn't have any problem with anyone in prison. It was just kind of a gross situation because the toilets were exposed. So I just held it in. I'm like, I'm not using these fucking toilets. There was no privacy at all. There wasn't even like a little wall or anything. It was just like open air toilets. And if you shit in them, everyone's gonna smell it, and then you're gonna have a problem with someone. So I just held in everything. Thankfully, I hadn't eaten that much that day. But yeah, it was a disgusting experience, and that's why I'm pretty much F the police, especially in the US, where they're pretty much almost all scumbags who are just looking to get their first kill. On that note, I'll see you guys in about 6 hours. I'll be back on to do Naxx. So Scott, you're gonna get in trouble with YouTube. Stop it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.